Hi Cancer, welcome to your August 2023 Astro-Tarot scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, this is for you. Although I only advise, if you're going to watch just the one, should I say, you are going to want to make sure that you watch for your ascendant. It's likely to be the most accurate for you. I use whole sign Western tropical astrology for those of you that must know. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves shirt, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'm going to pop these to the side. Those are for your moons. For your first transit that I want to look at on the 2nd of August, Mars is going to trine Jupiter. So Mars is going to be over there in your 3rd house. Jupiter is going to be up there in your 11th house. So Mars in the 3rd, it's going to make you busy, right? This is ramping up production of just about everything, communications, conversations, zipping, whizzing here, there and everywhere around your local area. It might also see you gathering new information and skills in order to shape something that you're wanting to share with the world. So a lot of you could be working on something sort of, maybe not in secret, but there's something that you're working on quite like every day, right? You're just chipping away at it so that you're kind of moving into that space where you're ready to do something with it. Jupiter in your 11th house, it's enhancing your reach, but also your group connections, maybe even helped you decide which communities you want to be a part of. It might also be as well for some of you that you're thinking about starting, or maybe you're thinking about like starting work towards or moving towards what you feel to be a higher purpose for you. It might also be that some of you are moving towards what you feel is a bit more sort of fulfilling kind of work. It could also be a time where you are learning something at a higher level for some of you as well, which could be really exciting. The other thing with that 11th house as well, the 11th house is benefactors. So this is going to be bringing people into your world, people that you meet on an, in your sort of locality, people that you meet on the way to the supermarket or to the shop or to the gym. This is you connecting with people in really mundane spaces that could actually be very helpful or beneficial to you, because that's the 11th house, and Jupiter there is potentially connecting you with celebrities, people that are high up in their field, people that can really help you further your goals and your ends, and you're potentially meeting them almost like right on your doorstep. How cool is that? For this, you have the Empress card. So in your environment is where you're going to find these people. With the 10 of Wands, which means getting out and about, right? And not sitting at home like the Cancerians love to do. That Page of Wands as well. This is really about you bringing a creative slant to everything that you do. If you are setting up a website, make sure that it's beautiful, make sure that it's streamlined, and make sure that it really speaks to who you actually are. If you're doing something out there with or in social media, this is the time where you have to make sure that what you're doing is slick, it's beautiful, it reaches big numbers of people, and it could also potentially see you really connecting to people that bring out the best creativity in you. Maybe because they're bringing out the competitive energy within you. And that's the other thing as well. Like, yeah, we talk about feelings and we talk about mama or papa bear when it comes to Cancerians, but people really, you guys are a competitive lot. Like, that's one thing that I've noticed about you guys, that it's like a little bit shady in there. Like, you know, not shady in like in a bad way, but like you keep it well hidden. But yeah, you Cancerians, you're competitive. I know that. I got a Cancer moon. So in your, on the 8th of August, Mars is coming into a conjunction with Mercury in that same space for you, right, in that 3rd house, and that's going to come into a trine energy with Jupiter and Uranus, which are already in Taurus already. But on top of that, the moon, your ruling planet, is coming into the sign of Taurus where it's exalted. So this then starts to bring whatever is going on, whatever's formulating, it starts to bring a very real world weight to this, where you're going to start to see it manifest in actual terms. You could be interacting with new social groups. Some of you might launch a new social media campaign. You might start sharing some of yourself online, like really talking about your process, your business, your whatever it is. Like maybe you're launching something out into the world and say, hey, look, you know what, I'm usually known for this, but actually this is what I want to start sharing with the world. This is a gains house, right? And so in the gains, the 11th house is a gains house. It's the gains that you get from your business, which is your 10th house. So your earning power could grow right now, and it could also be a short-term boost to the finances. And you know, maybe something that really means a lot to you starts to take shape here, and it could also potentially promote powerful action and passionate speech, like for you to really move forward. I love this for you guys. So you've got the 10 of Swords. This could literally be that you sort of claim your power and say, this is what I'm not doing anymore. Love it. Then you've got the Hermit card. And then you've got the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is an earth sign male, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Because he falls right next to the Hermit card, that is a Virgo male. So whoever this person is that's going to help you, because the 11th house is also benefactors, it's very likely to be a Virgo. This is somebody that, now there's a few ways that this could show up. This could be somebody that helps remove an obstacle that has been in your path, right? Another way that this could potentially show up for you as well is that this is, what's the word that I'm looking for? Yes, right? So they could help remove a barrier for you, or it could be that they provide the right stimulus for you to remove that barrier for yourself. Either which way, that 10 of Swords doesn't worry me. Now, you've got the 10 of Wands with the 10 of Swords. So what do we see here? 2 10s represents change, and it's usually big change at that. So very nice. Right, I don't want to pull in that. So on the 24th, here's where we get a little bit more serious. The Sun at 1 degree of Virgo is coming into a T-square with Saturn in Pisces. So this is going to happen for you. We've got a mutable T-square. Saturn at 4 degrees of Pisces, the moon will be at 5 degrees of Sagittarius. This means that these 3 planets in your 3rd house, your 6th house, and your 9th house are creating a dynamic tension that wants or demands change. The same day that this is happening, Mercury goes retrograde, right? So this is going to be an interesting time for all of us. For you, this is basically, it's prompting revisions of things like in all of these matters. So conversations that you've had before may resurface. Your attention and desire is focused on the skills that you've got, as well as any form of sales and or commercial connections or contracts, right? So that's that 3rd house stuff. Your needs are those of the daily grind and on that level, and it's like you're understanding what you need for your health and your vitality to really be at optimum, and that's somewhat at odds with what you want sort of for yourself. Saturn in the 9th house is giving you a reality check about things that are kind of pie in the sky. So this is going to see you you're going to have a reality check here somewhere where somebody, maybe a coach, a mentor, a guru says to you, okay, look, you know what, you're spinning your wheels, stand still for a minute, get your head in the game, and then go again, right? So I actually think this is a good thing. And because the moon is moon is in Sagittarius at this time, which for you will be that 6th house, right? So it's your day-to-day habits, your routines, the things that that's where your focus needs to be right now, because not only is the moon you, but the moon of this T-square is the anchor. And so what it means is this is providing the energy. It provides the key to the door to the way through, all right? Your habits, routines, rituals, daily habits, those connections are showing you what needs to be combined in order to get the results that you desire, right? So this could be a heavy moment that requires some really deep thinking and maybe some honesty about where your own beliefs around certain things or issues are potentially the limiting factor. For this, you've got the 4 of Swords, so do some deep introspection at this time with the 5 of Pentacles, and get serious about what you're ready to cut your losses on or with, all right? Like, just be really honest with yourself. Like, is it worth the fight? Is it worth the fight? Then you've got the Page of Cups. I mean, look, the Page of Cups with the Five of Pentacles, this could be where emotionally you feel like you're having to let something go. It doesn't have to mean materially, although it probably will because of the combination of cards. But there's a way, the way through this is by really saying to yourself, okay, you know what, here's what I am in control of and what I can fix. I will work there. I will start there and I will leave everything else to itself. All right. And then finally, on the 27th of August, Mars is coming into the sign of Libra, which is your fourth house. Home, family, property, real estate. So if you're needing to get out of a contract to sever bonds or ties with this could help you do that. That's great. It's bringing more energy to breaking ties with someone or something when it comes to family. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be. Luckily, because of the transit that's taking place, it is a harmonious one. So the way that this transit starts, the first aspect that it makes is a harmonious one. So I'm not too worried about it. All right, but this could also, like, even if it is a dissociated trine, what this means is your home life and your emotional outlook is being charged by Mars, and it's getting you to start thinking about where you are either fulfilled or not, as the case might be, and what it is that needs to be released from your life and from your emotional world, right? So this is really seeing you getting very serious about what you might need to release in that sense, and this could actually provide the freedom that you desire. Finding the balance internally and therefore removing what runs counter to that in your outer experience. For this, you've got the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Devil card, right? So letting go of fixed ideas, potentially saying to yourself, this is what needs to be released. And it might as well, for some of you as well, be where you start getting really serious and intentional about the energy that you're putting out or the energy that you're putting into your home. And this is a very real thing, right? Spirit of place is really, really interesting and really important, especially like if you're having problems or challenges with the home around this time. One thing that I would say to you is, especially if you're living in a specific place, you've had to move from another place, my advice to you would be, I don't know how feasible this is for some of you. Like if you've moved halfway across the world, obviously it's not possible. Maybe you can just do like a cord cutting. But if you live close enough to the place that you used to live, go back to that place, thank the house for everything that it did for you, for housing you, keeping you safe from the elements, all of that kind of stuff, and say, I now have to move on. I really need you to let me go, and I do the same for you, and sever that bond cleanly. I know I sound like a complete quack when I say this to some people, but listen, every place that I've ever lived in, I have named. I build very, very powerful, very strong bonds with the homes that I live in, because as far as I'm concerned, the house has a spirit. And if you talk to it and you speak to it and you understand it and you be good to it, it will be good to you. And in that same sort of energy, if you leave and it's like a disruption, let's say you walked out on a partner, maybe you were evicted, whatever the case might be, part of your energy is still attached to that house. And that house is probably missing you, right? And vice versa. As a Cancer, I know I'm speaking directly to your heart here, right? So you get it. And if it's possible for you to do, I urge you to do this. Go back and sever ties with this and then say, right, okay, thank you. We're closing that down now. Now we're ready for where we go next. Now, in terms of your moons, the Leo new moon, so I'm not going to go into great detail because you'll get your new moon and your full moon reports, but the Leo new moon for you is happening in your second house of money, finances and resources. And for this, you've got the gate 43 and ahead. I love this for you, right? I love this because it means that yes, there's a fresh start, a new moon in your finance sector, but this suggests that you are seeing something or spotting something way before it becomes big, right? So this is one of those times where if you invest in a stock, maybe at the moment it's priced at like pennies, but you're not seeing where it's at right now. You're seeing the potential that it has to grow into. You latch on to something here that nobody else can see for what it truly is, and I would hold on to it. All right, and then for your full moon in the sign of Aquarius, you've got the gate 33 and looking back. This is what's known as a remembrance energy, and right, and so what this suggests is combing through that past energy for you. You might be combing through your past and your experiences prior and asking yourself, what knowledge, wisdom, and skills have I acquired that actually are very relevant for the situation that I'm currently in right now? All right. So it's going to require a powerful moment of honesty for a lot of you, but I actually think this could do you very, very well. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.